This is about the rule of law, ensuring the integrity of elections, and the simple proposition that only citizens should vote.
Republican lawmakers are pushing a measure that would change voter registration rules. The bill is called the Safeguard American Voter Eligibility Act, or the SAVE Act for short. Queen City News reporter Caroline Boyer tells us what this would mean for voters if passed and signed into law.
The SAVE Act would require people registering to vote to present a real ID, passport, or another document to prove they're United States citizens.
We're here for the simple proposition supported by the vast majority of the American people that only citizens of the United States should vote, that we should have documentary proof, that we should have a system to guarantee that only citizens of the United States vote in federal elections.
Texas Congressman Chip Roy is behind the bill, which, if passed, would affect any new voter registrations or any changes needed for existing voter registrations. The goal? Prevent people who aren't American citizens from casting a ballot.
I would suggest that is more burdensome than it might be beneficial, because we just don't have the numbers that show that non-citizens are voting.
It's worth noting federal law already prohibits non-citizens from voting in federal elections, and data shows this type of voting is extremely rare. But this is not the first time the Republican leaders have introduced this bill.
Safeguarding our elections should not be a partisan issue.
Political experts say whether you're for it or against it, it'll likely create hurdles for people trying to register to vote, because it would eliminate the option to register online or by mail.
The more difficult it is to vote, the less likely people will vote.
One particular group this measure could affect: married women who've changed their last names.
If your driver's license says one thing, your passport says one thing, but then you actually have a new name, you might have to go through a whole different process, even though you might have already been voting for years and years and years.
North Carolina political experts I talked with tell me right now there's no timeline on when the bill may see movement. But if it does, there will likely be lawsuits. They have mixed reactions on whether or not the bill will pass the House and Senate.